interns. My name is Miss Rajaee. I will be your mentor and guide for those who are interested in pursuing a major in criminal justice. So I want to start off by introducing myself and my personal purpose statement. So I want to talk about my personal purpose statement and how that has helped me so much to become the lawyer that I am today and help me as a person to get through the hard times that you go through every day with anything, but mainly with cases. The first thing you want to ask yourself is, what is my purpose in life? What am I put here to contribute to society? My purpose is to share my wisdom and knowledge to make society a better place to live in and help the less unfortunate seek justice in the criminal justice system when it has failed them. So basically, my personal purpose statement is to give back to my community, to give back to those who have been wronged in society. I say this because growing up, I was fortunate to have everything that I've ever wanted. I was fortunate to grow up with things that other people didn't grow up with. And I feel like I should share that with those around me. And I feel like I want to make sure that the people who are less unfortunate are able to be fortunate one day or able to get the correct help that they can get in order to be where they want to be. So with that being said, after realizing my personal purpose statement and figuring out my goals and morals in life, I realized that criminal justice system is the right path for me, and this is where I see myself 5 to 10 years from now. It wasn't until I realized that I was getting very involved in controversial topics in the news and the media, and I was very opinionated throughout my high school years and college years. And I realized that being very opinionated and being involved in these controversial topics, I would get very defensive when I would try to make my point. And that's because every single time I feel the need to talk about a certain topic, I just get so defensive because that's just how I express myself. And I want to make sure that other people can understand my expression and that they're on the same side as me. And that's when I knew that this is the right path for me. This is what I'm passionate about. This is what I want to do. I want to help people who were wronged. I want to help keep the bad behind bars. And I want to help keep the good in society. And all of that starts with our criminal justice system. So let's talk about my career pathway. So I started off as a public defender working for the state. When you work for the state, that basically means that you take any cases that are handed to you. You don't get to pick any of the cases. You have to take every case that is handed to you from the state. This is probably the hardest part of becoming a lawyer because the defendants that you got, majority of them were guilty than innocent, so it was like you had to put your morals and beliefs behind you, and your number one priority was to protect this client that you have. And that can be a struggle because, for example, let's say that you get a case where the defendant has killed 3 people, but you're trying to prove that he's innocent for all the charges and mandate that all the charges get dropped. So when I started off as a public defender, it was hard for me, but now today I'm a criminal lawyer and I work at a law firm. So when I started off as a public defender, it was hard for me, but now today I'm a criminal lawyer and I work at a law firm. In order to grow, you have to start from the bottom. So in order to become a criminal defense attorney or whatever attorney that you want to pursue, you have to start from the bottom to work your way up to the top. So let's talk about what it is to be a criminal lawyer. Criminal lawyers are responsible for either prosecuting or defending someone who is accused of a criminal offense. This means defending someone who is innocent or defending someone who is guilty. Regardless of their innocence or guilt, you have to come up with a case that is presentable for the jury to hear and prove that your client is innocent. And in order to do that, you have to find factual evidence. You have to go back and look at records. You have to go back and look at interviews, all this type of stuff in order to build a solid case that proves that your client is innocent. With that being said, there are skills that comes to being a criminal lawyer. You have to be able to work with a bunch of different people who have different opinions, to be able to develop strategies together. You have to have excellent decision making and problem solving skills. You have to do strong research, and you have to have very good public speaking skills. Public speaking skills is probably the number one priority you need to have to become a criminal lawyer. You have to be able to get your point across, and you have to be able to have strong verbal communication skills. Another strong skill that is required is you have to know when to turn your switch on and off. When I say this, I mean you have to know when to step back when you're too emotionally connected to a case. For example, if you lose a case, you just lose a case. You can't be sprung about it. If you go back and you keep thinking about, oh gosh, what did I do wrong? Why did I lose that case? It's going to eat you up inside. And then you're not going to be able to move on to the next case. And then you're just going to get a bunch of cases. And then it's just going to be a case overload, and you're going to be stressed out. Win or lose, you bounce back from everything. You can't reflect on a case whether you lost it or not. You have to keep moving, and if you don't, it's going to set you back a whole milestone. You can't get your feelings confused with business. You have to put your personal feelings aside, especially if you want to become a lawyer. Now that we talked about the work skills that is required to be a criminal defense attorney, let's talk about the academic pathway to get there at becoming a criminal defense attorney. So to become a lawyer, you're going to need 4 years of undergraduate degree followed by 3 years of law school and a Juris Doctorate degree. A Juris Doctorate degree is awarded after 3 years of completion of law school. So I started my undergraduate study at Valencia College. I did 2 years at Valencia. The thing I really like about Valencia is it's connected with UCF, so it's direct connect. Direct connect typically means that when you do 2 years of a college, you're automatically transferred into the 4-year school. So I did 2 years at Valencia, and I got my AA after my second year, and then I transferred to UCF, and I was automatically accepted, and I graduated with my bachelor's degree. Education is not cheap. Thankfully, Valencia has a lot of grants that you can apply for, and they have a lot of scholarships you can also apply for. I'm lucky to have financial aid in college, and that has helped tremendously. I think my whole tuition was paid for with financial aid, and then like some of the books and the school supplies came from my savings account. But thankfully, everything I got was from grants, financial aid, and scholarships.